Let's get into the woods. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Fried Chicken Fishing. We've left civilization and politics and debates and the Twitters. We've left it all behind us. That's out there. Out here's the wild. We are hiking to the edge of Baden Lake here in the Uwharrie National Forest. And we are gonna camp and we are going to do a little food chain fishing. We're gonna try to work our way up, starting from little old worms that we'll find under the logs. And with those, we'll catch us some bluegill. And hopefully, with those, we catch us our dinner. Because I didn't bring any food with me. So let's go. Stick with me because this is gonna be a good one. We've made it to the edge of the water. Now, we need to find ourselves a good spot to pitch a tent for the evening. We're gonna walk this shoreline for a little bit. And we're gonna find a good spot where I think it might drop off a little quicker than this. Get a little bit out to that open water out there. Oh, this is so much fun. I'm excited. Let's go. Look at that. This little feeder creek right there runs right down to the lake. I'm up just maybe 100 feet, but I had to cross that little feeder creek. I think we found our first spot that doesn't look too bad. Looks like someone might have camped here before. I think we found where we're gonna be. Oh my God, it's beautiful out here. Oh. Leave all your worries and your problems back at home. The world awaits. Let's go check it out. Got a nice little game trail through here. Almost makes me feel like I'll have some neighbors. A little whitetail or something run through my camp in the middle of the night. Lord knows it's not hunting season anymore. This is another good spot. I'm not trying to pull a catfish up over this muck, so this is more open going to the main lake. I'm thinking it's spawning time for these catfish, so I think they're going to be pushed further back up in this creek, or at least that's my hope. This is where I'm living. This is good. Got a little bit of trash to pick up from the ungratefuls who left this trash here, but besides this, this is absolutely perfect. We'll pitch our tent back up in the woods here a little bit. I'm gonna get our fishing poles ready. Let's go. All right, let's get our fishing poles out of here before we start setting up our tent. All right, so I brought 3 rods with me today. I bought a little tiny light action for our bait fish. That's gonna be a lot of fun to catch. Now, we didn't bring any worms or anything with us. I know a lot of you experienced fishermen out there are like, oh yeah, man, it's really not that big of a deal to catch worms out here. But, you know, for those of you that might not know, it's really easy to find worms, especially early spring, right on the surface, under logs, anything like that. So we got ourselves a little pole for that. I got ourselves kind of like a medium light action. And I got my Daiwa Saltus 4500 out here today. Here, there are some absolutely monster blue catfish out there. Flatheads too, but monster blues, you know, 50, 60 pounds plus. We've come prepared for those. I'm gonna get the tent set up next. Let's do that. Woo! We have ourselves our sleeping arrangement for the evening. I gotta figure this out. This is, ooh, look at that little spider. Get out of here. This is the Eagles Camp. I don't know if that's the brand or if that's the model. Eagles Camp 1-man tent. It's about 8 feet long. Look it up. That was super easy to set up. It took me like 5 minutes. Really like that. That was my first time setting that thing up, and it was really, really nice. So check that out. And set up in there. I got my sleeping mat. 45 degrees Fahrenheit tonight, so I didn't need anything serious for a sleeping bag. All I got is this one little sleeping bag here. That's beautiful. Oh, I'm super excited to sleep in that. That's gonna be really nice. Found ourselves a container for said night crawlers. You really want to go, you know, especially as it gets hotter in the summer, But even right now in the spring, you want to go into real nice shady, dark, wet areas, and you want to look underneath logs and rocks and things like that. See these right here? These are worm snakes, and you can totally use these as catfish bait. Rocks right with worms, everything else. My gosh, that's some good bait. We might use him whole later tonight. Stick him right in our box with the worms. Ooh, that's another big one right there. All right, so I just found another really good one all in this same spot. It's this rotten log here. All I'm really doing is just scraping away the leaves here and looking for their little shimmers. See, just like that right there. Got him. Yeah, another beauty. Get back in there. All right, we got all we need. My daughters are very much snake people, and if they saw me cut this guy up and use him as bait, they'd be really sad. Now, this isn't a survival situation. If it was, I'd be happy to use him as bait, but because it is not a survival situation and I can get to food if I need to, we are gonna let this little guy go right back where we found him. There's no point in killing such a beautiful creature. Let him go. He's gonna find his way home. See you later, buddy. Those right there are muscadines. By the end of the summer, those will have some beautiful grapes on them. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon here, so we got plenty of time. I'm really not worried, but I've said that before and then got real worried and not caught anything. I didn't bring much for tackle today. All I brought was my kit to make a really simple Santee Cooper Carolina rig with a slip sinker, sunglass case filled with floats and lead, and some 50-pound test for a leader for our catfish. All right, bite off that tag end, and there you go. Just a tiny little bait holder hook. The smaller the better. I believe these are number 8s, 8 eagle claws, and they're barbless. Just like that. And when I set up for fishing bluegill with worms, I don't put both the top and the bottom, I don't know, little connectors on. I just hook it through the bottom, as I find I get a lot better feel and I can set the hook a lot easier if I just do that. Stick a pair of toenail clippers into your tackle box, because I'm telling you, especially when you're working with like 50-pound leaders, things like that, it is so easy to clip this mono with toenail clippers. You don't have to be screwing around, grabbing your knife, everything else. These will make your life so much better. Trust me, just grab them, stick them right in your tackle box, and you'll thank me later. You have that tag end on your knotless knot, on your circle hooks. It is so easy to get in there and trim that. If I was trying to use a knife, I'd be finagling, I'd just risk cutting my mono or giving it a little nick or something. This makes it so much easier. I'll show you this medium action setup I got for catfish tonight. We have 2 ounces of lead, and that's on a sinker slider. And then we got a bead to protect our knot, which is a polymer knot, into our barrel swivel. I got a surgeon's loop knot onto 50-pound mono that's connected to a little egg cork there that's about 2.5 inches up from a 4/0 hook. And that'll just keep this up. I don't know if there's weeds down there, what I'm gonna be dealing with, but I do want to keep that up off the bottom just a little bit. Our heavier rod, the only difference is we got 4 ounces of weight on that, and down to a big old nasty 8/0 Gamakatsu offset octopus circle hook right there. Whether or not we can call them in, we gotta call them in. We gotta call these things in tonight. Oh, I've already been alone for too long. All right, got a baby little piece of our night crawler on here. Let's just give it a send right out here in the middle of these weeds, see what happens. The wind's picking up a little bit. That's ominous. There we go. Look at that. Woo! Got ourselves our first piece of bait. I didn't bring a stringer, which might be a little bit of an issue. I did find 50-pound mono, which is really similar to my leader line, so you could use that too. And on the other side of this, I just tied a little stick, and I'm just gonna toss it out there, throw that in there, and then I'll tie the end of this, other end of this, right to this tree right here. That'll be just fine. Let's catch a few more of those. There we go. Got him. Whoop. Nope, 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 nope. That fish really wanted to go back. Ooh, that's gonna be a good piece of live bait right there. That's a good size for live bait, about hand size. Let's go, come on. He's toying with it already. There it is. Take it. Got him. Look at that pretty little fish. Another one. We're using the same little piece of worm so far. All right, we found ourselves another little bed here. I think the fish might be a little smaller though. I'm having a hard time hooking them. There we go. Oh, that was that a little bass? What was that? That was weird. Now let's hook one of these guys here. There we go. Nope, just a little perfect little piece of cut bait. All right, nice. So this is the guy. I'm gonna try to stop him spinning. This is what we're gonna be using for our cut bait to hopefully catch our dinner for tonight. Big old blue would be nice. I do like blue more than channel. Check this out. Got ourselves 1, 2, 3 beautiful little panfish that I will be eating tonight if we can't catch a catfish. But I really think we're catching a catfish, so that'd be rough. Just 3 bluegill for the hike that I had in here. Right there. And that's the piece that'll hopefully catch us our dinner right there. Just like that. Yes, we have ourselves something. Come on. Yes. All right. It looks like we got some dinner. Oh, come on up through here. What are you? Look at that. Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, we're eating him. Oh. Holy smokes, look at the size of that catfish. All right. Look at that. Dinner is served on that one, isn't it? Look at that beauty. Yeah, I'm totally eating this guy. He's a little bit big, but I'm really hungry and I'm gonna eat them all. Look at that. And I really don't know if we're gonna be able to pull in another one. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna figure out a way to stringer him up. And if we don't get one that's smaller, then he's dinner. Oh. Again, if I was planning on not eating this fish, this isn't the best thing to do to this guy, but he's hooked up. I'm gonna toss him right in here just to keep him alive for a little while I prep everything to cook him up. And I'll just tie him off on a tree right here. Dinner, my friends, is secured. Look at that, we're getting a bed of coals going. So we started with worms. We hit the bluegill. We put some cut bait and we caught ourselves a big, oh, I mean, like, I'm eating like a king tonight. Seriously, I'm eating like a pound of fish by myself. That's gonna be all right. Doing this for a while and I'm getting kind of hungry, so I'm gonna stoke this fire a little bit and I'm gonna get a nice flat rock. Here's a good flat rock. Set this right there next to the coals. I'm gonna get that rock heating up a little bit because that's where I'm gonna cook my flatbread. All right, everybody, I can wait no longer. I am really hungry. It's about 6:45, 7 o'clock, and we are going to, I think it's called Ponass, I don't know, Ponass, P-O-N-A-S-S. I don't even know if that's how you spell it, but that's what it is. All I brought with me today to deal with this catfish is a cutting board, a fillet knife, and some seasoning. I've never done this before, so it looks really cool though when it's all done right. So we're gonna give it a shot. So the first thing we gotta do is chop off the head, chop off the tail of this catfish, gut it, and remove the backbone and the ribs. I'm really excited though, I'm starving, so let's get to it. Get our catfish out of the water. Oh my God, she's a beauty. Off camera, I am going to kill this catfish before we start dealing with him. Our fish still has some nerves going, but trust me, he's not feeling any pain. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come right up the belly here and I'm going to remove the guts. Come right there. Make a slice all the way to the back. Pull out all that. I'm gonna go toss it in the lake. All right, we've removed most of her insides. We are gonna cut just quickly around those bottom fins there, because we're not gonna need those, and they're stopping me from opening up the rest of this fish. I'm gonna open them all the way to the back. Gill plate's kind of tough. You kind of just gotta rip it off, it looks like. Here we go, there's the gill plate. That off of there. I'm gonna take this down to the lake and clean them up. Cut either side of this dorsal fin, all backbone in there too. I want to remove that completely. Off right there. So this requires just a little bit of patience. Work slow. I don't rush it. This backbone's just gonna lift right out of here pretty easily, actually. Well, there's the first piece of the spine removed, so we got the back half done. What I'm gonna do is just cut right through these ribs and get that backbone out of here. And we'll just eat around them, which is probably what I'm supposed to do anyway. Put that cutting board back under there so I don't dull my knife. There we go. That took forever. Holy smokes, my friends. That was difficult. That was a lot more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. But I think this is gonna be worth it. That's the last little piece of backbone that we have there. Just gonna launch that out. Just like a sheet of meat is what we got here. All right, so we have our fish. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our 3 skewers that I showed you earlier. We made 3 little hardwood skewers. And we're gonna start going in and out. So I think we're gonna have to poke some holes just like that. So there's our, pull this a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. It's staring at my face. All right, so there's the first one. That's gonna hold that. And then we need one in the middle. Make sure it's good and long. I think we're gonna use this one because it's the longest one. All right, there's that. And this final one, yeah, it'll be long enough, we'll be fine. Forgive me how sloppy I am with this. Shoot, that wasn't supposed to fall like that. Through here. All right, so we got that hung up like that. Now, go right up the middle there, just like that. And look at that. Now, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to use some kind of like something else, like a vine or, you know, something, but I couldn't find anything around, and I have one little piece of parachute cord that I'm gonna use to tie this up tight with. Look at that. That is a Ponass Catfish. All right, not gonna care about the other side because we're not eating the skin of catfish. Pat this dry. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. I'm so hungry. All right, I did bring our seasoning mix. Just a little salt, little black pepper, little garlic powder, and crushed red pepper. I'm just gonna spread that liberally over this whole thing. Some of it will probably fall off while it's cooking, but hey. Oh, that smells good already. That seasoning smells really good. Let's get this thing over on the fire. Would you look at that? We have our catfish hanging out, cooking over the fire. We've got fishing rods in the water. I am starving. I am so hungry. I can't tell you how glorious it is out here right now, so I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna send the drone up while our fish is cooking and we can check it out together. The last little bit of light we have, I want to make our bread. All this is a cup and a half of flour, roughly. I mean, it doesn't really make much of a difference. Just a pinch of salt and some water. I'm just gonna add the water in really slowly and just knead it in the bag until I get a little dough ball. Just a little bit more water. I think that's gonna do it for us right there. I found that it's actually easier if you close this bag up. Then you can really work it all around, and that looks good though. Look at that. So the idea is this shouldn't really be sticking to your hands. It's sticking to my hands a little bit, but my hands are pretty clean actually compared to how they were last time. So I'm gonna do just a little more kneading of this, get that flour worked in, just like that. Look at that. Hey, we're getting better. This is the second time we've done this together. It's actually looking really good. Let's go stick it on the fire. All right, so this rock has been sitting here for quite some time. I'm gonna just set that right there. And I'm gonna have to rotate it for sure, just kind of keep it spinning because it's gonna be, you know, cooking a little unevenly. But that looks pretty good. And if it's not cooking fast enough, you can always just toss it right in the coals. I'm just, I have no reason to rush. We've got all night. This catfish is also looking really, really good. Yes, we got some lights up. Sun's really starting to go down now. We only got maybe 10 minutes left of any ambient light. But our bread is looking pretty good. You hear that? Starting to get a crust going a little bit. Our catfish is starting to brown up really nicely, especially where it's lower, closer to the heat. I'm gonna try to move this thing around a little bit. It's been there for about a half an hour, but I got really like kind of low heat going on. The coals were really good for a little while, but while I was messing around with the bread and getting lights and everything, it kind of died out a little bit. So I'm gonna go stoke this fire, get this real hot to finish off this catfish, get this bread finished up, and then we are gonna feast, like feast, because I'm starving. I'm starting to get a little bit of a headache. I'm really happy we caught this much fish. Look at that. That's starting to look really, really good. I'm gonna get it back on the fire for maybe another 5-10 minutes. I really just want to make sure we're overcooked. It's a really thick catfish, so we're gonna cook it a little more. It's time to eat. Let's go. Because that looks amazing. Oh man, look at that. We did it. That looks good. I am ready to eat this catfish. We've got our fish. We've got our bread. Come on. All right. Oh, I actually brought a fork with me, lest we descend into barbarism. Not sure, hopefully you can see that. That beautiful piece of catfish. Let's dig in, shall we? This has been hard earned. Oh, it just flakes apart. Look at that. How nice that is. Oh, I'm so excited. The smokiness, the salt, the garlic powder, wow. Those crushed red peppers come in at the end for a little kick. It is so good, but seriously, the smokiness, that's the good part right there. That it's got like a barbecued bark on it almost. Oh, wow, look at that. Some steaming hot bread right off of a rock. Crunchy and delicious. You can't ask for more with camp bread. I'm sitting here holding the fork and just eating with my hands like an animal. I guess when in Rome, right? Look at this, you can just peel it off. It's just so flaky and delicious. Oh my gosh. Look at how white and flaky that is and steaming hot. I hope you're getting hungry watching me eat this, because this is honestly amazing. I didn't expect the flavor to be this good. It's got this, it's just really got all the smokiness of the wood in there. I really didn't expect it to be this good. This is amazing. Job well done. Nothing better than sitting here by the edge of the lake, eating the catfish you just caught, over a campfire with a new method. You know what, next time we do this, it might be a while until I do this again, but we'll do it a little bit better. We'll make it a little prettier, but hey, it got the job done, and I couldn't be happier with the taste because it truly is amazing. It's like a little fish kebab. When you pull the sticks out, a bunch of meat is still kind of on there a little bit. And it's good. I'm gonna turn the camera off and crush this. I'm gonna eat like an absolute animal. We're gonna clean up a little bit and I'll be back at you. Ready? All right, he's still on there, but he's a very dead fish. So I'm gonna cut him in half and we're gonna use him as some new cut bait. And we're ready to fish the night away. Fish the night away. Oh, da, 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 da. 2 tea bags tonight. Getting away with something. Tea, the time, I'm the problem, it's me. Ain't that the truth? The wide world is all about you. You can fence yourselves in, but you cannot forever fence it out. Oh no. Oh, we missed him. Oh no. ADOT just got massacred. It's been another half an hour since that last hit, which was insanity. We haven't had anything touch this other pole and I'm really tired. So I'm gonna get into the tent, get some sleep, and then in the morning, we're gonna try this again. Kick the old boots off. This is pretty luxury, actually. All right, everybody, I'm turning the light off and I'm getting to sleep. And in the morning, first light, we're gonna do a little more fishing. See you then. Ready? Morning. It's about 5:30. And sky's starting to get a little bit lighter. I'm thinking it's time we go out there and bait up the fishing poles and start catching some fish. Bait fish everywhere out here. Now it's got a little brighter outside, I decided to do a little exploring. You know, the Uwharrie Mountain National Park here is known for its Native American artifacts, and I think I found one. Check this out. Oh, I have no idea what it means. Man, if only I could speak that native language. I'm all packed up and I'm hiking out. And I really hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed it. Remember, the world's out here, not inside your phone. Later. Our chariot awaits to see our truck through the woods. We smoke, look at the side.